So, what usually come next after a long vacation? A drug test, of course. So, I'm heading out right now, and I'm about to pee in a cup. One of the things that I enjoy about being a trucker is that it gives me the luxury to take extended vacation abroad. Some may consider me as part of the passport movement, but I don't really necessarily like to put myself in a box, so I'm just a guy who really enjoy traveling. Got it! Perfect timing! Hold up. So, after enjoying my time in Poland for about 2 months, it was time for me to get back on the road again. Man, I feel like a brand new... Alright, so today I'm leaving my hotel and I'm going to start my job. I'm going back into the truck today after a long vacation. Now the question is, what do you need in your truck as a new trucker to get back on the road? Come on, let's go. I was inspired to make this video because I know a lot of you guys are just now getting into the trucking industry, and I feel like it is a good time to walk you through the process. First thing first, drug test. Big carriers such as US Express, Schneider, Prime, they usually go to the extra miles when it comes to drug tests. So there's a high probability that they will take a hair sample. And these are a little bit harder to fool. But now, there may or may not be certain shampoo that would detox your roots and rejuvenate your scalp, as well as some home remedy that your island friend may be aware of, then they could probably hook you up with. However, I would say if you're not willing to sacrifice your high just to make some money, then the trucking industry is not for you. Mid-size trucking companies are not really as strict as those big major carriers. So the only thing you probably end up doing is just peeing a cup. Now, I'm not really gonna take you through the process of orientation because every company is different. So what may be talked about in one company may be different in another company. Duh, it's obvious. And you probably fall asleep. So now we're gonna go straight to you actually having your truck. Where the hell are my manners? So yeah, I'm leaving right now to go back to my job. So I'm hoping they actually have a truck for me today. But you know what I forgot to do yesterday? Well, not yesterday. Since I've been here in this room, I forgot to show you guys around. Come with me. Don't mind the mess. If you're lucky, then you might even get some choices. Volvo or Freightliners. Me, I like a Freightliner because they're just like a workhorse. Alright, so I just get a new truck today. That is awesome. I've been waiting for like a couple days in the hotel. And now, I got me a truck. Certain equipment is a must-have in your truck. For one, it is lawfully required. And two, it makes life a little bit easier. So, let's go through the list, shall we? The hazard triangle. If you're on a breakdown somewhere that you need to park for over more than 15 minutes on the road, then it's always good to actually have a hazmat. It's always good to have a hazard triangle. All right, sometimes when you don't actually find your triangle and where they're supposed to be, sometimes they could be under the bed. So let's check it out. Nope. It is not, and I repeat, it is not under the bed. See? It's all empty right here, man. The next item on the list: the fire extinguisher. Oh yeah, that item is very necessary. How necessary? Well, imagine you had some Taco Bell for dinner, and then you just chilling in your truck, scented candle to get rid of some of that bad smell, and then you accidentally fart right next to it. Boom! You started a small fire. Yeah, I bet you that fire extinguisher would come in very handy now, wouldn't it? With your dragon ass. Okay, I am now going to do my pre-trip and to make sure that everything working. All right, let's do this. The next item on the list would have to be the load straps. Yes, some shippers won't even load you if you don't have any straps on the back of your trailer to secure the load. And some of them don't care, but it is as the driver, it is somewhat your responsibility to make sure that your load is secure properly. Otherwise, you might end up with this type of disaster. Hey, we do have a small little problem. Yeah, shit. So I guess, there was no strap in there, and some of the stuff, fucking hell. Yep, some of the shit fell off. It's a disaster. Tire chain. Now, I have one policy when it comes to tire chain. If I have to put them on, then I don't need to drive. Unfortunately, I don't always listen to myself. So, you need at least 3 pair of tire chain, especially if you're driving around in Colorado and it's snowing. If you get a little bit of snow out there, you better best believe they're gonna ask you to put a tire chain on, especially on Highway 70. However, having the tire chain is not enough. You also need something called a tire strap. Or I think they also call them the tarp strap. So they are pretty good when it comes to keeping the tire chain on together. It's like an elastic thing. You'll see it. And then fluids. Always good to have extra fluids in there, such as oil, windshield washer fluid, engine coolant. I would definitely recommend those fluids. Next, we have the tire pressure gauge. If you haven't done a tire pass on your truck stop or something like that, and then you want to be confident about your tires, then it's good to actually have a tire pressure gauge. Next, a hammer. You definitely need a hammer. If not for just to, bump your tires and stuff like that, because I barely use it to bump my tires when doing my pre-trip. I just use my fist and just punch the crap out of it. However, it could be a good tool of self-defense, just in case. And then you also have to make sure that all your DOT stickers are up to par, which is the office will definitely help you with that. Easy Pass. You gotta make sure that your Easy Pass is mounted in your windshield, because otherwise you're screwed. You have to go through a whole lot of headaches just to avoid them tolls. your e-log. You have to make sure it's working properly. You check it out, you go through the manual, and you always make sure that you also have the manual already at hand in case you get pulled over by the DOT, so they can use the manual to log into your information to find out if you have been a naughty boy. However, just also make sure that you still have your paper login just in case your electronic just failed you, as electronics tend to do all the time. You don't want to get caught up with your pants down your ankle. Trust me, it hurts getting screwed by the DOT.
Booty clapping sounds.
Having a dash cam is very, very important. Because let's face it, there's a lot of knuckleheads out there. So the last thing you need is while you try to get to your destination and then you get yourself into a little bit of entanglement. So it's best when you actually have the proof. You could show to the DOT what's going on, and afterward you could be on your merry way. However, they will give you the option to whether or not to keep your dash cam facing you, facing your truck, inside of your truck operational. I usually just put a tape over mine because I don't want nobody to see me just picking my nose at my boogers and all that stuff, because it's embarrassing. And finally, this is very important. Once you get all your inspections done, you check on your list and everything, make sure you take pictures. Not just pictures and videos. Just think of it as getting to a brand new apartment. You take pictures before you move in, and you also take pictures after when you return the truck. Because sometimes trucking companies don't always have the driver's best interest at heart. So the last thing you need is being penalized for something that was out of your control. So make sure you got your butt covered, buddy. All right, I think this is it for the list. Obviously, there are certain things that I did not mention, such as fridge, microwave, things that I believe that are considered luxury items that you probably wouldn't get in your first year of trucking. If there's something that I failed to mention on the list that is very important, please, pretty please, with a cherry on top, or write it down in the comment section. And I hope you guys had some fun. You guys were entertained as well as informative. If anything else, share this to your friends, family member, people that are into this type of content, as well as yourself, of course. And don't forget to subscribe down below. Once again, I'm your very fine, sexy host, That Haitian. And I will see you guys next time. All right? Peace.